Okay, so we recorded. I feel like this is pretty normal for podcasts, at least for the kind that me and my friends record. But we were recorded for about an hour and lost it all because equipment's equipment.
I've lost my energy.
It would have been the best podcast
you can see
had ever listened to.
All of our empties if you're watching the visual version.
Cheers.
Welcome to Back to the Roots, the podcast for your go-to unsolicited conversations. I have Carter Deinum and Sam Loving. Okay, let's just jump back in.
Man, we got to repeat all of this.
Man, yeah, we talked about metal and
emotional creativity.
Emotional creativity.
You guys will hear more about that later.
Yes, sir.
Probably.
I'm going to turn up my gain.
So where do we start now? Where do we start out?
I don't know.
Where we left off?
At the beginning.
At the beginning. Do you guys think the Big Bang actually happened?
Oh, wow.
No, but do you believe in theistic evolution?
I think that's very possible.
Whoa.
Very possible.
We need to spell this out.
Completely switched gears. Completely switched gears.
We need to spell this out for Carter.
Yep.
T-H-E.
T-H-E. No,
that was
T-H-I-E.
worse than your CEO joke.
Theistic. T-H-I-E-S-T-I-C.
Anyway, what is
it? So, normal evolution is like, basically theistic evolution is saying that God used evolution over millions of years to create mankind.
Oh.
Because you have atheistic evolution, which is like atheistic, which is like without God, and then theistic is, I don't know if it means with or without, but like theistic is related to God. So some people think that like, oh yeah, like God used evolution to create the world instead of doing it in a 7-day process.
I wasn't listening. My fault. Sorry. I was like, that's where my brain goes. I was like, this is a long wire. Oh, there's 2 wires. I was like, oh, that's so neat. Theistic evolution.
Is it 2 wires?
Yeah.
No,
there's one.
Oh, it's not.
One
Yeah,
wire.
it's plugged into a new one.
Oh, no, yeah. It is
but it's
two,
like one continuous.
See, I'm very observant.
Also, we're gonna have like
Don't
inside
knock
jokes
that over.
already.
I know, it's kind of
like we have inside
great.
jokes.
Jokes.
We got all the good jokes.
Creative, emotional creativity. Are you sure I sound okay? Because I think that it sounds like
You really sound perfect.
I can't tell if someone's peaking. Like I have to look at the graph.
Are you? Well, I mean, I'm looking at the graph and I don't see it peaking, which is why it's confusing. But okay.
You don't sound bad.
Okay, great. Maybe it's my headphones. Okay, nice.
I know I've used those headphones before.
We have 1 bottle of root beer left.
Root beer? I'll pour a little bit in each one's.
Do not do that.
I'm
You're
going
gonna spill
to.
it. You're gonna.
Is this
Mine's have
a
bottle
fancy
caps in
table?
them.
You just have bottle.
Don't do that. There's so much.
It's not gonna work.
Okay,
You're gonna have to
fine.
clean it up. Do you want cups?
You take a sip, and then I'll take a sip, and then you take a sip, and I'll
Okay.
take a sip.
I just won't have any. I guess.
You already had 2.
So, whatever.
Okay, pass it down.
Anyway,
We are drinking Old Soaker root beer from Maine.
Carter's turn.
thank you.
We all just drank from the same bottle. And Carter very much looked like he was kissing that bottle.
Oh.
cap.
Did you see that little bubble pop?
So wait, okay. If this is the bottle neck,
It's the bottle body.
this is the bottle body? What's this? What's the top?
The tip.
Or is it the lips?
Or
Is
the
it
head.
Bottle lips? Bottle neck to the lips? Bottle neck to the head?
I think it's.
Bottle mouth. Mouth of the bottle.
No idea. I feel like we've run out of content.
Pretty much run out of
Because we
content.
talked about so many interesting things.
We did.
Let's just pick a topic and just go from there.
Okay.
Because
Ooh.
I
Okay,
love Planet
so-
of the Apes. Great movie.
I've been reading this book, and it's all about like finding like what your
Nemo.
personality type is, kind of, and like your workplace culture, and like your values, and like your favorite special knowledges. But it was talking, and it was like if you could write a book on any topic, it couldn't be about your life, and it couldn't be like about anyone else's life, but it could be on a topic. Or let's say like you could write a book or produce a TV show on like anything. What would it be?
Write a book or produce a TV show about any idea.
Like, what's the concept that you love the most that you're like, yes, I could spend years researching and editing and writing and, learning about this thing?
If I could research, I would totally do something where I could go to space. I would leverage this so that the research...
Would you actually go to space?
Oh, 100%.
You would.
It's like a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's insane. I like to think that when we die and go to heaven, there will still be like adventure and stuff like that there. So I like to think that we'll have the opportunity to like explore space after we die, but who's to say? So I'd like to do it here.
So what would your topic be on?
Space.
Just like
No, I would look for extraterrestrial life.
What's the best space movie?
The best space
There's
movie.
only one correct answer.
Oh dang. I'm gonna go with Interstellar.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was about to be like, we say
Have
E.T.
you seen the Space Odyssey though?
I tried like 3 times.
I've actually never seen it, but it's like a classic movie.
It's super slow, which I like slow movies, but that one was just like.
What about the Alien movies? They don't compare.
I've only seen like the first 2? Question mark.
Who about Mars?
Mars?
Or yeah, the one with Matt Damon.
You mean The Martian?
Trash.
Yeah.
I did not watch that.
So how do you know it's trash?
Star Wars. Those are great space
Yeah.
movies.
Wow.
Those don't count.
You
Those
think
are sci-fi.
Interstellar is better?
Do they not? I think
don't-
Interstellar is the best space.
Isn't
movie.
Interstellar sci-fi?
That is
It
sci-fi?
is.
Yeah.
See, there's a difference though, because like Star Wars is like sci-fi fantasy. It's like unrealistic space. But if you're going with realistic space movies, like
Interstellar could
Interstellar.
be realistic. We've never been
it's
into a
pretty
black
close. Yeah, and that's like the joy of it is you're like discovering
crazy.
it with them.
hole. Anything by that director, I forget his name all the time though.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Did you see
Yeah.
the one with the tattoos?
Yeah. Huh? Oh, Memento?
Yeah.
No. I watched the first half.
Yeah.
I never
well,
finished it.
in the first
Oh,
first
Is that by
recording.
Christopher Nolan?
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Is it
like his
really?
first feature film that he did.
I only think of Okay, yeah.
Keep going.
Batman.
Batman's,
Yep.
Interstellar, and then Tenet.
Yep.
Yep.
And Inception.
Yep.
Yep.
Those are. Tenet was incredible.
Yep.
Tenet
love that movie.
Yeah.
melted my brain. I just like I couldn't.
I sat in the car for 45 minutes after that movie trying to understand it and still couldn't.
I could watch like a YouTube video that like would explain like how it actually worked.
But then it takes away the.
Well, and I still wouldn't get it. I
Yeah.
still wouldn't be able to wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
Golly, how does this thing? Am I going the wrong way?
You ever seen Donnie Darko?
No, I haven't.
You would like
That was
Donnie
the
Darko.
weirdest movie ever.
Did I watch that? Did
Yeah.
that make you watch that?
Yeah.
Pass the bottle,
It's a great. Make sure you put a lot of saliva on it first.
Okay.
dude. Your hands. Did you wash your hands after you went to the bathroom?
Yeah, with the bidet.
Yeah.
Great.
That's what that's for, right?
Rinse
You
my,
just
I
gotta
rinse my mouth with the bidet as well.
stick your hands in between your
That's
legs.
a great
and cleans
idea.
it off.
I'm gonna get rid of the
Ew,
sink.
what the
I'm gonna
heck?
get rid of the sink in my bathroom.
Awful.
Hey,
Brush
it
your
would
teeth
work.
with the bidet.
Imagine someone
Actually,
walking in on you.
So it sprays like if nobody was sitting there, it would spray up and out of the
Yeah.
toilet bowl. So actually, in theory, you could do it and just like hold your let it blast your teeth. The first time I set it
Wait,
up,
hold
I
on. Are
blasted
you
myself
saying
in the face.
that somebody could be sitting down, going to the bathroom, and in front of them?
No. It's if,
I'm saying
it's if
nobody's
no one's
sitting.
sitting.
There's
I was like, could you be sitting down, going to the bathroom with the bidet on, and someone is in front of you brushing their teeth with the water that's spraying?
that's disgusting.
That'd be so. Dude, this saves so much water. What do you mean?
It's like
and
people-
a good bonding moment.
Okay, the whole saving water thing is complete BS. We're not running out of water. Have you seen the planet? It's mostly water.
Yeah, but like 3% of it is clean water that you can
Boil
actually
it.
drink.
I've seen enough Bear Grylls to know if you boil salt water, you're fine.
could drink your
No,
own
that's not
urine.
how that works.
Dang work.
That would make it more salty if you did that.
Make it more salty. That's not
Yeah.
true.
Yes, it would. Yeah, because the salt content would stay the same, and then it would like.
I sat in my car 45 minutes trying to figure out 10 and I couldn't do it.
I'm gonna go all Hasbullah on you.
You started it.
Don't break the chair. Sam, that chair is very fragile. What were we talking
Boil water.
about? Boil water.
Does it become less salty?
Yes.
No.
It boils the impurities out.
No, that's not how salt works.
Wait, no, you're right. The salt
I know I'm
stays.
right.
Wait. Can we not unsalt salt water?
Like with the filter, you can,
Okay, then we'll filter
or if you
it.
do the
What's
thing
problem?
where
It seems like less work.
We're
Actually,
all just gonna everybody will go up to the beach with their life straws and
I've seen those life
be
straws.
fine.
Didn't Rhett and Link drink down urine out of the
Yeah.
life
that's
straws?
disgusting.
that's when they really
That's
went downhill.
on the next podcast. I will do that.
You will?
I do any. If you tell me to do something for like $1, I'm doing it.
Oh,
Okay,
I want you to go.
Okay,
Hold on, for $1.
while you think about that,
I want you to go for $1.
go where?
I don't care.
You just want me to leave?
That's what I'm saying.
So mean. Have you ever been in the kitchen? Okay, well,
No.
this doesn't make any sense. There's a grease trap in the kitchen that's on top of the hoods above the grill and the fryer, and it collects all the dirty grease
Carter's a chef.
for weeks. Last night, someone was like, "Drink it," and I drank it, and I threw up
Last night
for $5.
Are you proud of that?
No.
for $5. That was it.
Yeah, and a beer, I think.
So it's like $10 then.
Yeah,
Beers are stupid expensive.
beer is actually I think it's like $7 at where I work.
You're just gonna keep fiddling with that the whole
Yeah,
time.
it's really frustrating me. I can't loosen it. I don't even need to loosen it now, but stop it.
We're just breathing very heavily into the mics.
How does everybody sound? Because I can turn each of your volumes up individually.
I'm good.
Is everybody loud enough for you, Carter?
Everybody's
Let me
perfect.
give you some more juice. How's that?
Don't do that. Go backwards. That was awful.
How's that? Is that back to normal?
No, go a little bit back.
'Kay,
Oh,
how
I
about
can't hear
that?
anything now.
Okay, how about now?
No.
No, nothing?
Nope.
How about now?
Nope.
Now?
Yes. Don't move.
I would like back up. I think you bumped your buzzer button.
Your buzzard
roll.
button.
It's only 8:30.
You
Well,
never,
it's
you
9
never
o'clock.
answered your question.
Never
So my
mind.
question,
What was the question?
the book one.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Is
book?
mayonnaise?
Yeah.
And,
I don't think I could do a book. I could do a TV show
Okay.
off of something food wise.
Boring. You
Like
gotta
a
be more
chef.
specific.
Oh.
Like you want to highlight a chef?
Oh, I would make a show about a guy who's like battling drug addiction while working in a kitchen, because that's a very popular thing.
really?
Yeah, not from personal experience.
Isn't
before you
that
ask.
isn't that in Chef? Isn't one of the guys like
that's
no.
in you seen The Bear?
No. I've heard Graham
You
really
should
likes
watch
that
The
though.
Bear. I don't think anybody's addicted to drugs in there, but they don't seem like it. I don't know.
I think that you should pull like Willy Wonka, like the new Willy Wonka, and like go on an adventure in the Amazon rainforest
And
to
find
discover new
some
flavors.
Really rare cocoa beans made by midgets.
I was about to say
That'd be
find a bunch of
awesome.
And then
small
enslave them in
people.
your factory?
Yeah, isn't that kind of messed up? Willy
Yeah,
Wonka's kinda
it's super messed up. You know what else is really messed up?
Zoos.
Yes,
what
actually.
you're gonna say?
No, but
Oh, okay.
I've actually recently kind of become that person who just doesn't like zoos.
It makes me sad.
It does.
They
I went
live
to
like
the-
twice as long though.
Yeah, but I would.
What quality of
I would
life?
rather.
Probably better because they're not having to like hunt for everything.
Yeah,
and,
they
that-
probably
they
have
need that.
anxiety.
Yeah, they
probably
need
have
that.
anxiety.
Yeah.
Like we covered in the last episode.
The lions
You
have
think
anxiety.
dogs have
Sam.
anxiety when they're like, "Oh, I can't leave my dog. he has
Dogs don't
separation
care.
anxiety."
Dogs lick their butthole.
Cats don't care.
Cats don't care.
Dogs,
Maybe.
I think have anxiety. I think they have separation issues. Most of them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Anyway, zoos awful, but I still go to them.
What were you gonna talk about?
I was gonna say what else is messed up. Baby, It's Cold Outside, the song,
Oh yeah.
because like the
Oh
whole
yeah,
thing.
he's convincing her to stay.
Well, the whole thing, like the original one, he slipped something in her drink.
oh what? in the
Oh, I
world?
heard about that. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's like
And everyone's like
he straight up
celebrating the
drugs
song.
her to keep her.
He
there.
roofied her?
He roofies this
Yo.
chick.
Isn't that
and
a
it's this-
STD?
A roofie?
Yeah, roofies?
No,
You just homeschooled yourself.
no, that's herpes.
No, I thought roofies was a thing.
No, roofies is when you get no. Is when you
roofies.
go to a bar.
What is roofies short for? Because it's short for something.
I don't know. A roofie is whenever you're at a bar and somebody puts something in your drink, so you just basically
you'd
black
know.
out. Yeah, it's
bet you
happened to
people-
me several times.
People try to take advantage of you all the time.
all of the time.
Roofies is short for rohypnol.
That's the biggest compliment you've ever given me, Sam. People try to. You look like people try to roofie you. Thanks, man.
AKA the forget pill.
The forget pill. Wow.
That was a good time to say I slipped those into the 5 bottles that you guys drank already. So
I already drank 5 bottles.
I see 5 bottles in front of us.
I drank 2.
I put a roofie in this one. We've shared it. So
Wow.
we're all going under together.
I've always. How do I say that? I've always wondered what it feels like to get roofied. I was almost like I've always wanted to be roofied, but I don't.
I've wondered for a while what like drugs are like in general because I've never done anything.
I feel like as a person who experiences anxiety, if like you get on drugs,
It's gonna
and
make it worse.
Yeah, ramps it. Like I think it would be the worst thing ever.
I've thought that weed at first would like help it, but the more I've heard of it, I'm like, actually, I'm a pretty paranoid person already. So
Yeah, it would
just
be
make
horrible.
it way worse. So
True.
our drug expert over here.
No, I've never done anything. I've never even smoked weed. No one believes me, but it's
No,
very true.
we believe you. We
Thank
just
you.
know you have a lot of knowledge on it.
what do
Not
you
really.
So when
What do you do?
what do you do? I know it's cigars because we do cigars together. We have done
I
cigars.
haven't really had a cigar
Really?
in a long time. I smoke a lot of nicotine though.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
have vape a lot.
I don't know if I've seen you since you got your braces off. I just realized that.
Oh yeah.
They look good.
Thank you.
Nice
My
teeth.
pearly yellows.
They're actually pretty white.
They're fairly white. They're a little bit. Just don't bring out the UV light. No, never done drugs. What do I do? Don't do cigars. I do a lot of nicotine, which is very bad for you. It's like the worst thing you could do. It's killing my lungs. I drink a little bit. That's it. Not a lot.
I feel better about you now than I did a while ago. Just like as far as I thought you'd be dead of like lung
worried for his
cancer and
well-being.
or like gum cancer.
Probably.
But you're doing great.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I have a heart murmur, I think, but we'll just ignore that.
Dude,
for a few
everybody
more
has
years.
heart murmurs.
Okay.
what? What's
a
that?
heart murmur?
Yeah.
It's like when your heart. Yes, basically.
The doctor puts the thing on your chest and he just hears murr.
Murr.
What is it?
I think it's like when it feels like your heart's skipping a beat or not skipping enough. And it only happens for like 5 seconds, at least for me, at least.
I feel like I've probably had that.
But then I drink a bunch of water and I'm fine.
Does the water? What?
I have it doesn't affect it.
This
my
is
mind
proof.
fine.
Water just fixes everything. Hydrate.
Probably. Water does fix
Yeah,
everything.
boil it and you're
That's
good.
what I would do. I would write a book about hydration.
About water.
How
about
to boil
water.
salt water.
That'd be insane.
Listen, if you boil salt water. Yep.
What happens? Well, you just said if you boil salt water, yep.
My brain just
That's
salt.
fine.
Salt in the pan.
Salt in the pan.
Actually though, if you like tented the like something on top of it where you could get runoff, then you get fresh water. Boil the oceans. We're back to it. Fix the problem.
Zoos.
Wow. Greta Thunberg would be so proud of you.
Who?
Gretchen
Who the
Thorn-
heck is that?
Greta
Greta Van Fleet?
Gretchen Thornburg? Greta Thornburg?
Greta.
The little girl who's like, how dare you?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
She's very annoying looking.
Yeah, like the 8-year-old
Here, I'll pull up a
activist
picture.
lady.
You would know her if you saw her.
Probably.
Greta Thunberg. She looks like a Greta.
Greta. We talked about music in the last podcast.
We did.
Should we
Yeah.
retouch that?
No, I got really bored.
Wait, I love talking about music.
Oh, me too.
Basically, to catch you guys up, Sam likes AJR. I think that's... And
That's such a bad like representative
fault.
of my
My fault.
music.
That's so bad. I knew it was that was such a letdown.
I listen to so much more than them.
He does. He listens to...
You don't even know.
That's Greta
Whatever,
Thunberg.
dude. Oh, yeah. I've seen a video of her.
Yep.
She's got a big old forehead.
She just has a wide face in general. Nothing against that.
Land a plane on that forehead. My fault.
Could land a plane on your stomach.
Oh, boom, roasted. See, this is why I bully you, because you come at me first.
I'm just trying to make
Fella.
good content for the podcast.
It's great content. Watch everybody get bullied.
I think you guys would have a great podcast together.
It would be pretty... Yeah.
We would
it'd
just
be cool.
argue.
But it would be like interesting art, because we never argue about dumb stuff.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I know. But like, it's not dumb to us.
I think it is.
Probably.
I realize like half the arguments I make I don't care about, and like I'll even know like I'm wrong,
It's
But it's fun to
just
rock
to
the
annoy
boat.
the person.
Oh, yeah.
or I'm just like, how do you not see this flaw in my argument? You know, but like you just keep arguing it because it makes them mad. It's so fun.
You should join. My buddy he's on a Discord server with like a bunch of philosophers and apologetics people, and they'll like swap positions. So like
Oh,
there'll be
yeah.
Christians who will argue as atheists and vice
Oh,
versa.
that's interesting.
I think you would have fun on there.
Hand me the root beer. I'm thirsty.
I like how this is. We got the root beer rations. We're not running out of water. We're running out of root beer. That's the
Rubber.
problem. Greta Thunberg, fix that issue. Please. Please. Thank you. Would you guys...
I just feel like everything we talked about.
it's just fake now.
This is like the second or third time this has happened. And it really upsets me that technology is dumb, but it
Yeah.
is. What you going to do?
Not do technology. Oh, we talked about what happens if electricity and technology goes kaput.
I can't even remember what we talked about in
We
this
talked-
podcast.
well,
My big takeaway from that was that we were going to create
the grocery homies.
Grocery homies.
where we
Sam
All right,
wants to
guys.
rob grocery stores.
I am
as
starting.
mercenaries. So
Yeah.
we get hired. It's actually like a form of Uber Eats in the zombie
Uber
apocalypse.
Eats. Yeah.
Basically.
But we also do pharmacy drugs and stuff like that if you need it. So we'll go rob
yeah.
a grocery store for you if you need it.
Pharmacy though is
Bring it
much
back.
more expensive depending on what you want.
Yeah.
Dude, eventually though we'd start off in a van and then we would get a helicopter
Tanks.
and then tanks.
Yeah.
And then eventually we'll just run everything. We'll be
I was
warlords.
gonna say what's past a tank, and then eventually
A submarine.
I think you're right.
Pull up to Walgreens in a submarine to take all their drugs. That'd be cool. That's
Throw 'em in the
what I would
hatch.
write about. My TV show.
you'd write about your TV show.
No, yeah. I would write. That's my TV show about. A submarine robbing Walgreens. And no one would understand it.
All right.
But I'd be in my own space.
Trying to think of more good questions. Did you know? Okay. Did you know there's this point in the ocean called, I think it's like called Point Nemo or something, where
Touch the bug.
it's like it's in the middle of the ocean to where that the closest you'll be to a person is actually someone who's in the International Space Station when they're going over you.
That's really
Because
cool.
the International Space Station is like 412 kilometers away from that point in the ocean, whereas like the closest populated landmass is over 2,000 kilometers away.
Can you imagine you get shipwrecked in the middle of the ocean and you're
Dead.
just in this tiny life raft floating on your back in the
What would
middle
you
of the
do?
Pacific and all of a sudden you just see the ISS fly over
Yeah,
and you're just like
that's the closest
If you could
people
get
to you.
that would be so I would probably just drown myself right then.
If you could get caught in the you could just boil the water.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'll just boil the ocean.
If you could get stuck in that raft in that scenario with any one person, who would it be? Or actually, two people.
2 people. Dang.
That's a lot. to
I would
think
want
about.
a survival. Okay, this is a really morbid answer. Bear Grylls or some survival person.
What can Bear Grylls
and then
do,
someone
though?
for like comedic relief.
No, somebody I can eat.
Ooh,
Somebody with a lot. I would get Dwayne Johnson so that I could eat him.
that's a meaty man.
He has so many steaks on him. He'd go bad before I could finish all of them.
Oh my goodness. That's a great thought.
Not like a professional like
Get like a sumo
spear
wrestler.
diver.
No, that's dude. That's
could get your
fat.
fish
There's
for
not
you?
as much.
Oh, you're right. You're totally right.
That could actually work. Like
Yeah.
a spear diver.
Yeah,
No, but everything's so far down.
not really.
Depends on
When
where.
was the last time you were in the middle of the ocean?
I don't want to talk about it.
I need you to open up, please. Tell me about your childhood trauma.
So we don't have enough time.
Everybody has childhood trauma. Well, we do have time because we restarted.
Oh yeah, what? I would get stuck on the raft. I wouldn't get stuck on the raft with my wife, not because I don't like her, but because she'd be on the raft in the middle of the ocean. She'd
Yeah,
die.
you want to love her.
That's such
You
a
love her.
selfless point
very
of view.
selfless.
Yeah.
How wholesome.
I would get stuck on the island with someone I really hate and someone I really like. Wait, actually,
So me.
yeah, but then that sucks for you.
Yeah. But then we can make a podcast of us on that.
Oh, but we don't have the equipment. Oh, do we have the equipment?
Sure.
Okay.
But you don't have Wi-Fi, so you can't upload it. So you have to stick it on a USB stick. Are you on an island or a boat? What's the
I think
scenario?
we're on
We're on a boat.
a boat. Either way,
If you're on the boat, you record everything, and then the last episode, it's all on a USB stick. The last episode, you unplug it,
Gets
swallow
deleted.
it. You got to swallow it so that maybe it'll last.
ew.
I think it would last better in our body.
I think so.
That's true, because when they take you back and cut you open and stuff to figure out how you died,
Unless
USB.
Your body's never found.
unless your like stomach acid ruins it.
Like,
But if you're starving and like dying of thirst, do you even have stomach acid?
I don't know. I've never done that.
Me neither.
we're out of luck. We don't have to talk about that anymore, I guess. What's the most near-death experience we've all had?
I fell down the side of a mountain. And then I also like fell in between the fire.
Wait.
In between the fire.
Okay, I'll start with the mountain.
Oh my gosh. My funny bone.
So we were hiking in, I think it was
We?
Colorado.
Yeah.
Me and other people.
Oh, I didn't know if it was like somebody I knew.
No.
Okay, continue.
Okay. So
You're hiking in Colorado.
yeah, hiking in Colorado, and we were going up this mountain where like it was basically all gravel. Like you would take a step and then you'd slide back half a step, and so it was horrible climbing up. It took us like so many hours. But then once we got to the top, we were like, wow, this is cool. And we started walking down. And when you walk down, you take a step and you slide like 3 steps. So if you run, then you're going fast. So we were like running, and then we would like jump and land, and then you just like slide down on skis like really far. Mm-hmm. So this is great. My brother's ahead of me. He's like, cool, just be careful. And I was like, all right. And then I got to this point where there's like this boulder that was like in the ground. So it was flush with the ground, but it was just like smooth rock. And so I was going down the gravel, and I hit the smooth rock. And then I just like flipped over and started tumbling like a bowling ball down the side of the mountain. And then like this dude down there like caught me before. I don't know. I mean, it seemed like a cliff to me. Maybe I was just freaking out in the moment, but I was like coming to the edge, and the dude caught me.
Who was the dude?
Luke Johnson.
Oh man,
He saved my life.
Luke Johnson.
Yeah.
Was this recent? This wasn't recent.
This is when they were traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a while ago.
Did you even get any cool scars?
No.
Oh.
Do you have any cool scars?
I don't think. Yes. Oh yeah. And the last podcast we talked about it briefly. I punched through a glass window when I was like 12.
Is that your almost death experience?
No. Actually, maybe. I don't know how.
Did you have to get stitches?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have one up here. And then one here. I have one in my head.
I got my head super glued.
My dad tied my hair like stitches, but he just tied it. I was like, Dad, I need to go to the hospital. No, we're tying your hair, son. What? So we tied the top of my head with the hair, and he just tied it real tight. And he's like, just don't touch it. Don't wear hats. Don't do anything. And it healed.
I guess that makes sense, but it's just
It does, but it's like I was 10 years old, and my head was split open.
You know what? I take it back. I don't want Bear Grylls on the raft. I want your dad on the raft.
There you go.
Just tie it with your hair.
I'm gonna get
Tie
my
it with hair.
leg bit off by a shark, and
then I broke my leg too. Like a few months after that, I broke my leg, and my dad was like, "We'll suck it up. We're going to church tomorrow."
How'd you break your leg?
On a trampoline.
Oh,
So another not dangerous thing.
fall off, jump off.
No, I was jumping up and down, and then my older brother was jumping
Wait,
too.
really?
But
Yeah,
he
thank you for
jumping up
clarifying,
and
but he
down?
jumped up and
Jumped.
down.
You're jumping
the
up and down
same
on a trampoline.
time.
It's called a double bounce.
He double bounced me. Thank you. He double bounced me, and I broke my leg.
Wow. You could have like said that story in 3 words.
I was trying to, but some guy interrupted me.
Carter.
No.
I almost drowned when I was like 4. I think that's probably it. I think I almost drowned like 3 times. I have like
Because
distinct
you're really
memories.
short and you can't like reach the bottom of the
Why is
pool.
he attacking us?
Yeah.
Why is he? You're like attacking us right now.
Toxic Sam is joining the podcast.
He came for your height.
I'm not even that short anymore.
Right.
I used to be short.
Yeah.
You're just tall.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Freaking
Hot stuff rises.
Oh,
because you're a hothead. Your
give a
head
Netflix
rises.
special. Hot heads. That's our podcast. Hot heads. Yeah. Oh no, grocery homies.
Grocery,
There you go.
grocery homos.
Yes.
Unfazed.
Okay, I want to hear more about your drowning experience.
I don't remember. I just remember like being
I don't
in a
remember, just
pool.
blacked out.
I remember being in a pool, being over my head, going down, think I was going to die. And then I think my brother saw me, told my dad. My dad pulled me out. And I feel like that happened 2 or 3 times.
That's awful. How many times do you have to almost drown?
I don't know.
Did your parents ever think like, okay, maybe we shouldn't take him to the pool this time?
It was like at the hotel. It was like a
Oh my
hotel
God.
pool. So it was like, can you imagine dying in a hotel pool? That sounds like such a lame way to go.
Yeah, that sucks.
sucks.
Dying on the cliff of Colorado, that's a little more exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It's like from
More
a movie.
exciting than my trampoline story. Sorry to disappoint. No, I don't have any near-death experiences.
My current near-death experience is ongoing.
Oh, God.
My depression.
Carter, no.
I couldn't resist.
We're
That
here
was
for
so
you.
serious.
I know.
That was so real.
Let's be honest, though. Most people, I think, our age are kind of like in a near-death
Do you know that
experience.
men make up, what was it? Men make up like 47% of the population, but 80% of suicides.
Really?
Yeah.
Nuts.
Makes sense. We can't share our feelings. People don't listen.
Nope.
This guy really.
We got the fun stuff out
I
in the
learned that
first hour.
I have enlightened feelings though. Because
Enlightened
I get
feelings?
because I get shivers whenever I hear good music, and I read an article where
Does
it was
that
like,
mean
yeah,
you
it
have
means that you're
enlightened
like
feelings?
more in touch with your emotions and
Are there
like,
people
can
who
experience.
don't do that?
I don't know. I mean, I
I
thought
get
everyone did.
shivers, too.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that abnormal.
Do you get shivers when you hear good
I
music?
don't know.
Well, you
I'm
listen to metal
questioning it.
music. I don't know if you
And
can
not
get shivers.
just metal.
That's all Carter does.
So,
When
like,
you listen to the How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack, do you get chills?
yes, every time. And when I hear the Shire,
Oh yeah.
shivers.
That's
It's
not
like,
even how it goes.
this
Oh, it was.
is. Wait,
Yeah.
is it not? Thank you. I feel so much comfort when I hear that.
It really is. It's
I feel
peaceful.
like I'm being cradled like a baby.
Cradle like a baby.
I just rewatched all of those. And that was a great experience.
The Lord of the Rings. Did you watch Rings of Power?
I watched. No,
Lord.
I tried.
What do you mean? It was so
tried?
good.
I think I watched. No, I was at my brother-in-law's house, and they had it in the background. I haven't actually sat down and watched it.
I kind of wish that the other dude was the bad guy, though.
The other dude.
The other dude.
Can we spoil
Sauron?
it? Yeah.
I mean,
I wish
of my-
supposed Gandalf was Sauron, and I hope supposed
Yeah.
Gandalf is not supposed Gandalf.
But at the end, it's pretty clear that who you think is Gandalf is Gandalf.
But is he Gandalf or is he another? Is he like a blue wizard or something?
No, dude. At the end, he says that nose thing. Did you not catch that? He says his quote. He's like, "When in doubt, always follow your nose."
But why would they do that? Why wouldn't they get Gandalf
because
to
in
play
Fellowship,
Gandalf?
because isn't he? He's not dead, but he's like old.
Yeah, then don't
yeah,
do
he didn't
Gandalf.
die.
Pick a different
Do
character.
you want to see Sir Ian, whatever his face is, naked in a crater? No.
Yeah, no,
Kind of.
no.
You know he's gay, right?
Yeah, for what's his face?
Are you gay for Gandalf?
Are you gay for Gandalf? Call this
that's the
important number.
podcast name.
No, but I'm like, okay, if you're not going to,
Depression, gay for Gandalf.
Question mark related?
Are they linked?
no, but my thing's like, if you're not going to cast him, then don't write his character in. You know, like write a different wizard or something.
I would be gay for Gandalf. I'll just say it, dude. Come on. Are you kidding me? Absolutely.
So
I would do it
old.
just because he'd be my sugar daddy.
I hope my wife doesn't watch this. You just say something. This is so funny, dude. It's so funny. I say things sometimes I'm like, I'm married. I really shouldn't say stupid stuff like that anymore. But then she knows, like she thinks it's funny. She's like, oh, that's why I married you. Thanks, babe. Yeah.
What's it like being married? Give us
cool.
one piece of marriage advice. Try to be legitimate, maybe. To us who is single.
You need to find a way to always know
No.
what they want to eat. You have to figure it out.
I have
If
a-
you
I have a
don't-
That
method.
is so much pressure. It's so
So-
unrealistic.
I have a method.
Okay.
So when like you're going out, you say, "Hey, I picked a special place for us to eat. You want to guess
Oh.
what it is?" And then
The
they,
first get, yeah.
yeah,
Doesn't work
no.
with everybody. I'll tell you why. Because sometimes they're like, I'm really hungry. Okay, what do you want to eat? I don't know. Do you want me to make you something? No. You want to go out to eat? No. I just order something. I don't want to do that. And then you're stuck.
What other food options are there?
That's what I'm saying. It's nothing.
So what do you do?
I don't know what
You don't
to
have
do.
the solution. You just
'Cause
know
now-
what
well,
we need.
No, I don't have a solution. And this is not advice. This is just a problem I have.
Well, can you give us advice? I
This
didn't
is
ask
not
for
advice.
a problem.
This is just a problem.
He's
need
coming to
help.
us for marriage advice.
No, advice, marry somebody that you genuinely think is entertaining and funny and nice. And not boring. Because then you're bored.
It's true.
The end. Because me and my wife, we like just have somebody you can have good conversation with. Because me and my wife can go on a date. Right? You ever go you're in a restaurant and you see a couple sitting and they're really quiet.
Yeah,
And they're
it's
quietly eating their
depressing.
food and you're like, that looks really sad. That looks like they've been married for like 8 years doing that. Me and my wife are always talking. There's always something to talk about.
That is really special.
Even if it's something quite dumb. Which is
Those
still
are the
fun.
best things to
It's like that, but then I also heard like you want to find someone that you can be quiet around and you don't feel like you have to.
That's
have
also
Pulp
very
conversation.
Fiction. They said on Pulp Fiction, what do they say?
Yeah.
Find someone
yeah.
you can enjoy the awkward quiet with or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. Okay,
That's
Carter,
very
if
true.
you had one bit of martial arts
Oh my God.
advice to give us,
Sweep.
One bit of martial arts
Yeah.
advice.
Sweep the legs.
Relax.
Deep breaths.
cover your face.
I'm serious. No, well, I mean, like, yeah, protect your face. Keep your hands up. That's big. No.
That's my marriage advice too, actually. Relax and keep your hands up.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know if it seems applicable. Anyway.
No, yeah, I would say because like if you have to be relaxed, And that's actually the biggest piece of martial arts, like over the last 10 years, that's actually carried over into real life. Is like, you have to be able to relax to like do something well.
That's like what the Gracie kid would do. Like whenever he first started learning martial arts, and like people would choke him out, he hated it. So what he would do is he would go home and roll himself up in his carpet and just lay there. That way he would like learn to deal with like that uncomfortableness and like be able to relax there.
Wasn't he the same guy who did like the he would do ice baths, but then like hold, like not just do ice baths, which is hard enough on its own, but he would submerge himself completely and hold his breath for as long as he could under that cold water. I think he did. I think it was the same guy.
I don't know.
So there's a family, a jiu-jitsu family called the Gracies, and they like are very instrumental in the martial arts community. It was one of those guys.
One of those dudes.
That is what I like about jiu-jitsu though, and grappling is like your face is in somebody's like armpit most of the time, and you need to learn how to like relax and be able to breathe when you feel like you can't breathe.
That would relate because, you know, like last podcast, he had his face in my armpit.
He did.
I did. And it does have a little bit of, it has a good amount of BO though. Like, you know,
What
it's
were
just
you expecting?
you were talking about your charcoal deodorant, so I was like, it's gonna smell like.
How often do you guys shower?
Once or twice a day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm kind of a 2-shower person.
Me too.
But like the nightly shower is like a relaxed, like 15.
I like
shower.
if I'm clean at the end of the day, generally clean. I actually like to take a bath because that is nice, especially then you
I get
submerge.
bored.
Fit in my
Put your
bath.
ears. Well, I'm only in there for
I
like
get
10
bored
minutes
and I
or so.
don't fit.
Well, that's true. You don't fit.
Yeah.
I'd barely fit.
I can't imagine my problem, man. I can't fit in mine.
For those of you who aren't watching.
I am a big boy. Yeah, it's very awful. I wish I had one of those.
You're not that big. You're beautiful.
I didn't say I wasn't beautiful. I'm a sexy man. I just got a lot to deal with.
I think though your physical condition.
God, what is my physical
I don't know how to
condition?
say this.
Your physical state of
Your
being.
physical state of being matches your profession well. I do not.
That's like just as insulting.
I'm so sorry. What am I heard somebody say you don't want to eat from a thin chef. You don't want to eat something a thin chef makes. And I think they're
True.
generally right because they're not going to eat their own stuff.
Never trust a bartender that doesn't drink.
Yeah.
Never trust a martial arts instructor who's, I don't know, whatever. Not
Doesn't know martial arts.
right. Yeah, I guess so. I almost came at you. Claim at my physical condition. I almost came at yours, but I gave you mercy.
You
What's
can
his
come at me.
physical
I was gonna
condition?
be like, I'm not losing my hair.
Oh, yeah, we talked
then
about
I
that in the
didn't.
last one too. I'm losing
That's
my hair.
awful. I would probably cry.
Yeah.
I'm
Did
sure
you?
you have.
No, but it's worse.
It's
What you did was worse than crying?
No,
oh God.
I think.
Did
I
you
think
cry?
that-
No,
I
it
sat
was
out on the
worse.
balcony and
I
looked
get this
down.
emotional
Like
tension.
an actual heartache.
I get that emotional tension in my chest, and I want to cry to like release it, and I can't, and it's just there.
And like it hurts.
You have tear constipation.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
There you go,
Tear constipation.
I
Thank
saw
you,
a
Dr.
commercial
Carter.
for that
doctor.
where you like put these things in that help you cry.
What?
I didn't know people would want to do that, but
Wait,
yeah.
where do you put these things?
In your eyes.
Oh,
Help you cry.
I have too much vocal fry.
I think you're talking about just needles anywhere in your body. Just stab yourself and cry.
Is that what you do?
No, that's actually really dark.
That's really awful.
If you need mental help,
You gonna shout out the phone number?
574-323-3861.
Is that your phone number?
That is.
I was about to
Now
say.
I gotta bleep it out.
You just
What?
gave someone's phone number.
Why?
God,
I can
start
leave it
over.
there, but
I don't care.
okay, you're right. Nobody listens to this podcast, anyways.
It's just gonna be us. Steven Hedges, Graham Moore, they're gonna call you. I did listen to the one with Graham about you guys were talking about the school bus and living in a school bus.
Oh, yeah.
That's really cool.
That's a fad.
I don't have a school bus, but I do have a minivan now.
Do you like?
yeah. Have you done anything with that?
No,
Is that
I
your
just
plan,
got it a
though?
couple weeks ago. I want to just take a road trip in it and sleep out of the back.
That's going to be
That's
the,
fair.
the,
That's-
the grocery homie's first vehicle.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I turned off the sliding doors. I turned off the the electronic part, so you just whip them open and shut. And I feel like I'm in a drive-by shooting every time.
Oh
Like,
God, that's intense. You said that's a fad. Why is that a fad?
it's like
Is it a fad?
Like the camper van stuff.
I was actually okay.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
talking.
they were talking about school buses.
Yeah, but it's still the same genre.
Is it the same
like
thing?
camping
Oh.
school buses, camper
Isn't that what
vans.
your sister's gonna do that though, right?
Yeah, that's yeah.
I want to do that.
Do you guys think that? Do you guys think that like the people who like want to just live on the road and like kind of separate themselves? Do you think that they are doing that from emotional reasons. Like,
Emotion.
Yeah.
because like, okay, like I went on that solo camping trip
Yeah.
like 2 years ago.
That's cool.
And part of it was because I was just like done with people. And I wanted to get away. And I think deep down I knew, I'm like, if I go away by myself, like I don't have to be emotional or vulnerable and nobody can hurt me. I'm like by myself. And I think that was part of it. I just like wanted emotional safety. And I feel like a lot of people that embrace like the hippie lifestyle and just like travel out west and don't have like anybody around, I feel like that's kind of what drives them.
I could see that. Yeah.
I would do it.
It's like wanting to get out of the rat race. And
Yeah.
that like encompasses the emotional pressure.
Yeah, I've really disliked that recently. Just the whole rat race thing. Like, why am I spending 8 hours
Working on
5 days of
something.
work working
Yeah.
on something for somebody else?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It doesn't make any sense. Most of my life is like here. And I know it's like you have 24 hours in a day. What are you doing the rest of the time? I'm like, have you lived life?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired the rest of
Sleep,
the
dude.
hours.
It's garbage.
I've thought about like, what if like I took a day off a week to like do self work or something, because you spend 8 hours working on someone else. You're like, oh, when was the last time like I read a book I wanted, or when was the last time I tried to learn something, or like I grow my resume, you know, or like grow my connections.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that
Like, I don't know if I would advise my kids at a young age to get a full-time job like this before exploring different things.
yeah. I did last week I took a half day. So I took like the morning off and then came in the afternoon. And I was so productive. I was there for like 4, maybe 5 hours. And I'm like, I'm way more productive now than I would be if I was here all day.
I think having like a salary job is also, it's like when you're in school and, you know, and they say write a page, like a paper in 400 words, but you can do it in like 200, but then you have to like make like, you know, space words or whatever just to fill it. I kind of feel like that, like having to be in an office for a specific time.
Yeah,
Like I could do this
absolutely.
in 3 hours, but I have to be here for 8. So now I get good at being slow.
Yeah.
And then when it takes time to like actually be fast, you're like, oh, you have to get back in that mindset or whatever.
But it's
you
a
know?
catch-22 because then if you go hourly, then you're like, you actually then probably on the flip side, you have to be there that amount of time. And you actually, I get stressed because I was hourly before I was salaried, of course. And when I was hourly, I was stressed because I like needed to hit hours. And if I didn't hit hours, I couldn't pay my bills sort of thing. But then once I became salaried, then it's like, okay, now like I need to be here and I don't want to be here all this time.
Do you think it's beneficial being salary?
I think it is, but I think ideally you'd get salaried and it would be based on like task completion and not on hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause like, I don't know. I don't
I'm
get
talking about office work. I started it on. I couldn't do office work. I would lose my mind.
no. Growing up, I was like, I never want to work in an office.
But like, I admire that you can, because I
can't.
Oh,
We don't like it.
oh, is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense.
Can we come work in your kitchen? I actually don't think I have what it takes to work in a kitchen.
It's not. Well,
I don't think I have the customer like.
oh,
Like
I don't.
I couldn't deal with.
That's why you're in the
customers.
kitchen and not out front.
Yeah.
Well, I do a little bit of both because it's like right in the front.
Like I feel like making the food would be fun, but the rush hour and then having to deal with customers would like.
yeah, I
kill
love
me.
rush hour. That's the best. Well, it's not, but it's great. It's fun.
I was thinking about this podcast today, and
This podcast.
Yeah.
and I was wondering, okay, so like you think people on top feel like they're doing on top things?
No.
Or do you think that it feels like this, but they're just on top because people like it?
I think you mean like podcasters?
Just anything in general. Yeah. Like,
No, yeah, I
like
don't-
if I were to make a movie and it was to be like super successful, I don't think it would feel like that. I think it would just feel like, oh, I'm working and trying to do this. You
I
know?
think the top 1%ers, no matter what you're in, video, food, whatever, I think they don't feel good enough at all, ever. Because I think the only way you exceed beyond everybody else is by like that self-loathing. Like
Like,
I'm
does your
not good
mindset-
enough. This isn't good enough. I need to do better. I need to do better. And you listen to like most athletes and stuff, that's kind of their thing.
yeah.
They're like, I know it's never good enough. It's never good enough. Got to get better. And to be fair, they become the best at it. But is it worth it? Because you can't live with yourself.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Or like, what if your podcast blows up? Like, do you think you would have this point in time where like it clicks for you and you're like, wow, okay, now I'm famous, and like your mindset would change or something
What
like
would
that?
you do if
or
your
do you think
podcast
it would
blew up?
just
This
feel?
podcast won't blow up.
Do you think it would just
I
feel?
said, what if? Sorry. I interrupted you 3 times.
You did, and it made me mad.
What was,
I'm
Sam, what
sorry.
was your question?
I didn't even know.
It was basically that.
Just-
What would
yeah,
happen?
like-
would I have that moment? I think actually.
Like, do you think it would click for you and be like, wow, now I'm famous, and now I have all this like this platform and stuff, or would it just continue feeling like
I think
this?
it would click at some point because I remember working like at Martin's or at Wonderland. You know, it's like an hourly job, pays really low. I'd be like, man, I just wish I had a consistent 9 to 5, and like salaried wasn't even entered my mind. Like that was, and now I do. I have a consistent 9 to 5, and I'm salaried, and I have had a moment where I'm like, oh, actually, this is where I wanted to be like a few years ago. So it's kind of like I've had moments like that. So I think I would have a moment where I realize it, but I don't think it doesn't fulfill you. You'd be like, oh, I'm here where I wanted to be. And yes, there's good here and I'll try to enjoy it, but like it's
So
still
what
not-
would fulfill you
what would fulfill me now?
personally? Yeah, no, I mean not now, but like, or maybe like in the future, like what's that thing that you're like, this would like help me feel purposeful?
I think I want to help people. I've actually thought about like if I were to quit everything and just like completely podcast for like 3 months and just try to get revenue. And I'm like, well, I couldn't do that with Back to the Roots because Back to the Roots has no purpose other than to entertain. It's an entertainment thing. But because like the reason Joe Rogan can do what he does, he's the inspiration for this podcast. The only reason he can do that is because he's like famous and rich already.
And he has the people who are famous or rich.
Right. So I would need to like create a podcast with a specific focus, and I would want to help people. I would want to like interview people and talk to people. Like I've recently become aware of like some mental, like, I don't even know what to call it. I think I have OCD tendencies and stuff like that. I think we all have mental issues.
What's the difference between OCD and ADHD?
I don't know.
Okay.
No idea.
But I think there's a lot of people that have that out there. And like, I found this one of my friends who struggles with the same thing giving me this podcast, and it's this guy, and it's super helpful to me. I'm like, I would love to have this guy on a podcast to like spread his stuff. So I'd want to create something like that. I would want to create a podcast that would fulfill me, I think.
Yeah.
Or at least I would enjoy it.
What's your thing?
What is my thing?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What is it?
What is what?
Your thing.
What would I want to... Wait, what?
Yeah.
If what are you asking me?
What's your thing?
I don't know. I cook sometimes.
Sometimes it's your job.
I like metal.
Like what type? Like brass or copper?
Mostly brass. I just had to think of something clever.
Didn't work. You should combine the metal and the food. You should just do a food truck and go to metal shows.
That's what I was just about to say. That would be something I would want to do. Have a food truck and then go to metal shows and just park outside. Does food trucks do that all the time?
You also think too, like there's someone doing that.
Yeah.
So like if they could do it, then why wouldn't you be able
Yeah,
to?
100%. Or I want to open a really small little restaurant in like a basement or something. There is one of the coolest metal shows and restaurant like combinations. This place called Spinelli's in Louisville, Kentucky. And it was in like you had to go downstairs off the street. There's a pizza shop and they played music after like 9:00. It was super cool. I'd do something like that, and the food would be good, and the music would be good, and that's it.
Do you think there's good music around here?
Nah.
Yeah.
Wait. Like local artists.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
maybe in his scene more. I mean, I feel like you're more in touch with
The Garage has some the Garage has some mid people, but the Garage has some like really good talented musicians.
We did a bar crawl like a month ago, and
Thanks for inviting me.
you just turned 21.
Anyway.
But we were gonna
yeah,
end
I
at the
just started
garage.
drinking.
We were gonna end at the garage. We were gonna end at the garage, and like we all kind of got there, and like first of all, there's an entry fee. It's like $5 just to get in, which is dumb.
because they had a music going on.
Maybe, but then like we just kind of like looked in at the demographic, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
there's all these like young. They were all like the college students. I'm just like, this isn't my scene. It was like I
What
was
is
so
your bar
old.
scene?
What's my bar scene?
McCormick's.
What's
Honestly,
your favorite bar around here?
Or what's the one right by J2? It's like 3
you
doors
right?
down.
Yeah, you right. McCormick's.
McCormick's. We did go to McCormick's on the crawl. It was pretty dead when we went, but it was decent. I actually really like Fiddler's Hearth. When I was in Ireland, we went to a bunch of like Irish pubs, and it's actually like if you have good music and stuff, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Have you ever been to it's not over here. In Mishawaka, there's a moonshine bar.
Moonshine.
It's really cool. It's that moonshine. This girl's making moonshine and she keeps it in jars. I forget the name.
Is that all they have? Just moonshine?
Oh, it's called the Treehouse. That's what it is. Shout
Are
out
they
the
all
Treehouse.
cousins there?
I have no idea. But my favorite bar is Hop Station. Numero uno. Have you ever been there?
Is that around here?
Mishawaka. So it's like 10 minutes from here.
Hop Station.
It's the best one.
How are there places? There's just places that I don't know about.
You can miss them. You can drive past so many places here and never know.
I feel like there's nothing here, and then somebody's like, "Oh, let's go here." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's this restaurant. I'm like, "What in the world?"
Yeah, when they told me about the Moonshine Bar, I was like, I work right next to it though.
Give me the top 5 restaurants in this area, in the South Bend area. Top 5 restaurants that you would go to, like your top 5 restaurants.
I like all of the thing that George Pesic owns, which is Evil Check, Corn Dance, Jesus.
Corn Dance is bomb.
So I'd probably say those 3. Crappers. Chili's is up there because it's great.
You know what's undersold at Chili's? They're
Chipotle Crisper Crullers.
yes, they're honey chipotle crispers and
So
waffles.
good.
So good, dude.
Wait, did
Those
you
are
say
really
crispers
good.
and waffles or just the crispers?
I don't like the waffles. It's a little too much.
Oh, with the waffles, it's so good.
It's a little bit sweet.
Too
I
much
think it's a little
work.
spicy too.
It's a little sweet, it's a little spicy, and then you just got that beefy.
They just put on the
Belgian
menu. They had
waffle.
cheese curds. They took those off, and they put a cheese like it looks like a brick, but it's a lot smaller. It's like this big. It looks like a phone. It's like this size, and it's full of cheese and it's fried. It's awful.
Have you guys had at Culver's right now? They have the Curder burger, and it's a burger, and on the top there's a giant flat like patty-sized cheese curd.
Are we going there after this, Sam?
It's pretty. I mean, it's
Yeah.
It is
Okay.
what you think, but
I
it's
hope
pretty
so.
good. It's pretty good.
I forgot. I think there's one more space on my
You
list.
should
But I
take
don't
this
know what.
podcast through a drive-through.
I've actually.
Oh my God.
I've done a couple of attempted
good idea.
mobile recordings. but-
Oh my god.
That's all right. That's
Yes.
better, yeah, that's better than your yes on the last podcast.
My yes.
Is there no way to get that old pad? I want to put that last podcast in a time capsule. But it's,
Yeah, he was literally like, I want to listen to this when I'm 31.
I gave myself
and then
a
it all
message.
got deleted.
I don't know what
I guess
it was.
that's
Do it
the-
again. Do it again.
You're not going to live.
Shout
to
out,
31.
shout out to Carter.
Okay,
at
shout
31.
out
If the
31,
recording-
hope you haven't overdosed. I don't know. Hope you're still kicking.
Hope you haven't overdosed. You literally said you haven't done anything.
I'm just kidding.
Hope you haven't overdosed on nicotine gum.
Oh, is there gum? Is there gum?
Nicotine gum?
Nicotine gum?
Yes.
Don't tell him about it.
It's supposed to help you quit. It's also supposed to help. It's supposed to help something else. Never mind. Can't remember.
Well, that was good. I don't know what that is.
But no, yeah, it's just gum with nicotine.
Did you just
and
fart? You always sound like you're farting with that chair. No, it's not doing it anymore. Sounds like a fart. You ever chewed? You ever had a chew pouch?
I know I've never chewed tobacco.
That's disgusting. I tried to do that for a summer. Didn't work. It's really gross.
Yeah.
From what I gather,
Yeah.
chewing tobacco is pretty nasty.
Yeah. I accidentally drank someone's cup of chewing tobacco spit.
Oh no.
Well, it wasn't a cup. It was he was spitting inside of a Coke can. He was putting it down. And I thought it was my Coke. So I drank it. And I almost threw up.
Like you actually swallowed it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How did
probably.
you not like realize when it hit your
It just
taste
like
buds that
bypassed
it
your
was-
taste
Because I think I was just
It
like, I don't know.
gross.
I might not have swallowed it, but either way, the damage was done. And the scar was made.
What's the nastiest thing you guys have ingested?
Oh, God.
I had spoiled milk is number 1 or 2.
That's the worst.
But then I had pork cooked in pork blood. And it was like in the cooked pork blood, like in a bowl.
But was it supposed to be that way?
Yeah.
Is
That's
it
still
good,
gross,
though?
though.
It
It was
wasn't.
horrible.
Oh, gross.
It just tastes like blood.
I don't even know.
So you're telling me it was cooked? It's
chunks
pork.
of pork. And
cooked,
like
it's cooked,
yeah,
but it was cooked in pork blood,
Yeah.
and it is floating in blood.
that's what I was
Pork
told.
blood.
Yeah.
Where did you
Probably
get
with like
that?
some cream and stuff too. You know, like
Ugh,
cream or
creamy
something.
blood. Where did you
was-
get that from?
Hawaii. It was nasty.
Made my gag reflexes tickle.
Yeah.
Tickle.
Gross.
You know what? At like camp, and they put the dirty dishes in the bins,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it just has a bunch of random food and a bunch of liquids.
Yep.
So someone scooped a cup of that
Oh no.
and then handed it to me for $5. That's the grossest thing I've ingested because it was chunks of food and then everyone's liquids. And
That's so gross.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
You would do anything for $5. You said
I
in
wouldn't
the
do anything.
previous hour
but
that you drank grease out of a thing from
Out
the
of the
grill for $5 and a beer.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's like
I mean,
$10.
It's like $10. That's yeah.
That's exactly what we said.
They won't know. You're not supposed to say that.
Emotional creativity. Sorry.
It's not a color.
Hi everybody, welcome to ASMR.
Asthma. That's how you say it.
I get it. Ow, ow.
Ow, ow.
Now you're supposed to go. Oh.
Sorry, I didn't get it. Is that an ASMR thing?
I don't know what that is.
What is it?
It's the little ow ow dog on social media. He goes, "Hey yo, can I get an ow ow?" And the dog goes, "Ow ow."
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I'm glad.
I feel like I kind of maybe know, but
It's tickling a memory core.
You're worrying me. It's a recording.
Oh, there you go.
I have sound effects.
What else
That's
do you have?
spectacular.
Sam, say a bad joke.
Say something. Say your CEO joke again.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
what?
so I
My
have
OCD one.
I have
No,
I have
you're-
OCD.
What did the fish say when it swam into the wall?
What?
Shit, that hurt.
Wait, what?
That was good. That was
Oh
better.
my gosh. I'll censor that if you want, but it's
You got to.
that was wow.
Okay. So there's this guy walking along. There's this guy walking along the beach one day.
Okay.
And he walks along the beach and he walks up to this one dude who has no arms and legs. He's like, "Wow." And he's looking at him and the guy's just kind of like there, like tearing up. And he's like, "Oh," he's like, "I'm really sorry, man. Like what's bothering you and stuff?" And he's like, "Well, you can see I got no arms and legs, so I'm never gonna be screwed by anyone." And he's like, "I can help you with that." He's like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." So he picks him up and he throws him in the ocean. He says, "You're screwed now."
That one I have to cut out.
Oh, it was bad. And it's just like the worst thing is it's like I'm thinking about all the bad ones I know.
Yeah.
And I want to share, but I can't.
Go ahead.
No, I would say a soft bad one.
Yours are just
Say a
like
soft bad
super
one.
vulgar.
They're not vulgar. Why does a
Okay, welcome back. We had to cut some stuff.
it said some?
Carter went off the wall.
I didn't do it. I said one Smurf joke.
It was all mutual.
Yeah, there you go. Now, how do we return?
I don't know.
Should I Google? I'm gonna Google some like topics to talk about on a podcast.
You're gonna Google.
I feel insulted as a podcast host that I am not doing a good enough job.
We did a great job.
Yeah, we're just out of energy.
We had like 2 hours worth of really good stuff,
It's actually, yeah, we're pretty much, yeah.
and then it's just the first one was just it's all gone. It's all bye.
Isn't it weird that eyelids aren't thicker?
No,
Like,
what?
why the heck am I seeing all of this light if my eyes are closed? These 1-ply lids.
What?
I didn't know it was
Just read a meme.
Oh,
I do get upset about that though.
when you're falling asleep, you
Yeah.
can see the light.
Wouldn't it be
bit.
nice if your like eyelids blocked all the light,
Actually
so you could
work.
like lay down outside in the middle of sunlight and just close them and be fine?
I'm closing my eyes to test the light.
Close your
Yeah.
eyes and then cover your closed eyes with your hands, and that's how you're
There's a
gonna
big
see.
difference.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
You ever think about how eyebrows are weird? Like it's just like hair
I don't they're so dumb.
halfway up your head.
They're showing motion.
Monobrow.
It just
I
like
got
starts.
solid.
Ooh, why didn't you
solid
clean that up?
because I have glasses that hide it.
Look at that.
Plus, it completes the serial killer look.
I have to clean up like every other day. On mine.
Did you watch Dahmer?
I still want to. I watched the first episode.
I want to too, but I don't have Netflix.
Why do you not have Netflix?
Because
That's
I
good.
traded it for Peacock,
Oh,
so I could watch
Office.
Yellowstone.
Oh,
Bam.
I thought you were
But
gonna
then
say
I
The
got
Office.
pulled into The Office again too.
Yeah. How can you not escape that Office?
It's very good.
I like The Office a lot. Parks and Rec as well.
Parks and Rec is good. I need to start watching that one again.
Very good. Also, Steven Universe. Nobody's seen that.
I have not seen
Okay, the best show. Do you have HBO Max?
that. No.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Sorry, I took my headphone cord and I was strangling the
That
bottle.
was the weirdest
sleep,
thing
go
I've
to
ever
sleep, go to
seen,
sleep.
I've seen him do. I was like, why is he so angry? Oh, he's strangling the thing.
Such a bad podcast host.
I deleted it all. It's all gone.
Mom was right.
Mom was emotional. What were you
Sad.
saying?
What was I saying?
Yeah, you were saying
no
something.
idea.
And then I was strangling the bottle.
Forgot.
Avatar though.
Avatar. I think that the second one could be better than the first one.
The last
I
Airbender
actually
or the
do.
first Airbender?
That blue one. The blue
the one,
airbender.
The one in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
middle
I'm here
bender.
for it. I was thinking about it today and I was
didn't
like,
even like the first one.
why would I want to go see a 3-hour long movie? And I was like,
Is it 3 hours long?
like 3 hours and 10 minutes.
Did any of you guys ever watch the what was the DC movie?
Snyder Cut.
The Justice League Snyder Cut.
Yep.
Did you
Yep.
watch it all?
Yep.
Yep. It
That's-
wasn't
I watched it with
Injustice. It
Steven.
was just the
Was it
Justice
really
League.
good?
It was
Wasn't
better
bad.
than
The original?
It turned because the Justice League movie that got released first, the original, was pretty trash. And then the Snyder Cut brought it on par, so it was a decent movie.
I just don't think I can commit. What was it? 5 hours?
It was long. I don't
really
know.
long.
I think it was like 4.5.
My younger brother watched it. He's like, it's not worth it. Don't do it. I was like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Most DC movies aren't worth watching.
Avatar is going to be so good though, just because like it is always going to be like in movie history.
Did you like the first one though?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Is the second one going to be in movie history?
I think Avatar itself will.
I mean, Avatar itself, absolutely.
Unless it's like a huge flop, but I mean, then it'll be in history for a flop, you know. But like movies come and go, but I feel like Avatar has established itself as like one of the.
But the reason why it was a cornerstone was because it pushed the visuals. And although the second one is pushing visuals too, because they did the whole underwater face capture thing, I don't know if that's big enough. Because
Yeah.
like before, like CG, like the CG in the first one was like so good
Yeah,
for the time, and now it's just kind of like.
we've seen it.
Have you seen the show on Netflix, Love, Death, and Robots?
I've seen
Yes.
parts. Yeah, I've seen.
There is
different
some
sections.
episodes I can't necessarily recommend it because there's definitely some explicit episodes, but
I love that show.
they're all animated. None of them are live action, but some of them the animation is so good.
Yeah.
You're like, is this like?
Yeah,
I would
saw,
go like 3
I saw
minutes.
a breakdown of the one with like the lady and like the jewelry with the lake, and there's like the knights.
Oh yeah, that one's sick.
They're in the woods or
That
something
one's
like that.
my favorite one.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I've seen that.
She's
one.
a
She's
a
like a siren, yeah.
She's a siren. She's covered in gold, and then all the knights are like attracted to her because she's covered in gold, and she's this pretty lady.
Yeah.
And they all run after her, and they just drown, and she like kills them in the water or something.
But there's parts where it looks live action.
And it's the animation is so crazy in that one.
Did you see the zombie one? Like that one was pretty cool.
Did you see the one where it was the old guy and he falls in love with that robot girl?
No.
Oh, okay.
The first
Have we
one-
seen the same one?
Okay, the first one I saw though, I hope you guys saw it. It's the one with the vacuum salesman. In
Oh
his
yeah,
car.
that's the very first one.
First of all,
I
the
think.
animation is beautiful. Like it's so pretty looking. But then also like I just love like the story of it too because it's like it's simple but it's kind of complex.
Yeah.
It's just like a modern Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes. Twilight Zone was very cool when I was.
I think Black Mirror more lands in that category.
Black
Yeah.
Mirror is really bad. Like there's some dark.
There's some really dark stuff. in
There's
Black
one.
Mirror.
Well, whatever. You would want to censor more. I was
Are you talking about?
the politician and the pig.
Yeah, that's the first one.
That's,
that one was
that
really
was really awful.
I don't like that.
It's
That was-
exactly what you're thinking. Probably
probably.
really bad.
Yeah, it's a very very dark show.
Yeah, I used to watch it with one of my friends, and I was like, and then like we didn't hang out as much, so I can't keep watching it.
I don't think I could. I was on a
You
stretch
can't
where I
watch it by
watched
yourself.
I don't think I would want to watch it now because it would just depress me, to be honest.
Right? Yeah, it's sad.
It's funny now because like I used to, growing up, especially in the church, everybody was like, "Be careful about the content you take in because it will affect you." And I just had a stretch where I'm like, I'm gonna take in whatever I want. And now I'm kind of like, I actually like want to just listen to worship music because I feel like too like depressed to listen to anything else.
Yeah.
Too polluted by the world.
That being said, though, I definitely do have my moments. I still have my moments.
Trying to think how to build off of that more.
Yeah, I don't think you
Build
can.
off of what? You don't have
Your
to.
moments.
My moments?
Yeah.
Whose moments?
Carter's moments.
Oh,
Oh, man, you just went.
when? He just went pause. I was the same thing.
Guys, we're all so loopy now.
Yeah.
He did roofie us. Ugh.
Was that in the last one or was that in this
I don't
one?
know, dude.
We talked about getting roofied in the last one.
I always wanted to try
Because maybe it's cold outside. Dude roofies the girl. Pretty messed
we're
up.
just like giving a quick summary of
We are.
everything.
We're
that
hitting
we
the
talked about.
highlights.
Yeah.
Dang. It's all gone forever.
It's all gone.
At least in this one, we have us laughing at him in the car about thinking about Tenet. That was funny.
No, that was the last one.
I don't think.
Yes, it was.
I think that was the beginning
No,
of this
that was
one.
this one. That was
Was
this
it?
one. We got that. Yeah.
Oh.
It was the very beginning.
Yep. I like how we're just very self-consciously
We're like slowly.
recapping.
Yeah. Because we're like regretting the fact.
And the 80s were great, weren't they?
Are we done?
I think so. I think we're at that point where only we're entertained by us.
I think so too.
No one's going to enjoy this.
Okay, guys. Thanks for joining us.
This is my Dixon.
What did you
Dixon?
just say?
This is your what?
My Rickson? What's the president's name? Ronald Dixon?
Nixon?
Nixon. This is my Nixon.
He said Dixon, Rickson, then Nixon.
Third
That's
time's
just a
charm.
fact. I'm not even making fun of you.
Huh?
Bye.